everyone, my name is Ben. I'm lead educator at Lumenswap and the founder of Bullring Crypto. It gives me great pleasure to once again bring you another video centered around Lumenswap. This time we're going to be talking about the new analytics. New analytics on the automated market makers. But first, I must say to you that I am not a financial expert of any kind. I have no financial qualifications. I'm a passionate crypto student. I've been in the space for 4.5 years. I've had some wins, I've had some losses, and I've had things happen in between those two. Those wins and losses have given me some experiences. Those experiences have led to wisdom. And with that wisdom, I am going to hopefully help you navigate the crypto space with the least possible friction. That's getting good, isn't it? The more I do this, the easier it's rolling off the tongue. Okay, joking aside, you know that I'm not here to give you financial advice. You'll make your own crypto decisions, right? Do your own research, dig into the fundamentals of everything that you see, no matter whether it's from me or other people, and make your own choices based on your means, okay? Right, let's shoot straight into this video. When we come on to, let's just go back one step. When we come on to lumenswap.io, we come to the top right hand corner, we can launch or launch the app. The app launches, or the dApp launches. Within it, there are these 5 dApps, and the 5 dApps give us the ability to go off into different areas of the ecosystem and to do what we need to do. Today, we're going to hit the dApp that is the AMM, or Automated Market Maker. Click onto that very, very fast and it opens up for us. Here we go. And we can see that we have these 2 tabs, left-hand side, pools and swap. Well, we don't want pools or swap at the moment. What we need to do is we need to connect our wallet, as always. When we come onto Lumenswap, I always advise you the first thing you do is to connect your wallet, because it's a mistake that new people make. Hey, why can't I swap assets? Maybe you're not connected. Okay, that's what I need to do first. So we connect our wallet and we connect our freighter, because this is our demonstration wallet, right? We can go onto our wallet, the actual wallet balances here. We don't want to go onto wallet balances. We're not talking about that today, but we can do. It's one of the new tabs that's appeared since we've connected. And we can go on to My Pools, you see, this one at the top right here, My Pools that's appeared. So I want to go onto My Pools, and there are 2 pools. Very, very tiny amounts of liquidity. I don't do my liquidity provision here with this demonstration wallet. I do it with my other wallets, right? So there's no point in me exposing my wallet for you people to see in these videos. I'll do that elsewhere. Hence, there just being a couple of different pools with very small amounts in there. What we can do is, you can see these are highlighted, right? So when I go onto this one, it's grey, and then white is grey, so they flick between. We can just click onto that. And if we click onto that, it will tell me how much of the pool shares that I have. This is your share of the pool, which is pretty cool. So we can see as the liquidity goes up and down, all right, and our balance, that we've put in goes up and down in terms of like the tokens that we've got in there and the value of those tokens. We can see how much of that pool we have. And of course, I've got like $20. So basically nothing. It doesn't qualify me for any of the rewards. Because, let me ask the question, how much do we need for rewards? We should know this by now if you follow me and you are part of the Lumenswap family. How much do we need for rewards? Correct. We need at least 1,000 LSP on both sides. So whereas this pool here is XLM and USDC, we would need to have 1,000. Let's change the pool actually, and then we'll do the actual proper one. So let's do this pool. But with this one again, less than 0.1%, but we would need to have here 1,000 plus LSP on this side and 1,000 plus LSP value of XLM. So dollar value has to be over 1,000 LSP on both sides, not just 1,000, which is 500 either side, needs to be both. I've taught you that many times before, but just to reiterate, making sure that you understand that. So this is going to tell us how much we have in the pool, and we have a very small amount. We're not going to be getting any additional rewards. We're going to be picking up a very, very, very small amount of the network fees. Remember what we said. If we come across and we have a look at the pools and we come down here, I'm going to talk to you about the trading and the network fees in a second, because we must pay attention to that. But we can see now we have this new column here, APR, and the new column here, which is the volume over 24 hours. We had just the TVL before, if you remember, in the old version. So with the volume, as with all of the different things within the rewards and within the analytics that we've already got, if we click onto these little arrows, we can move the volume down. So we can have a look at the no TVL. There's $1, $2, $20, $100, yeah, from low to high, or we can go the opposite way, high to low. And you'll see at the top here, LSP, 2 LSP pools are the top 2 pools there, the incentivized pools. We can see the volume that has been traded in 24 hours. And once again, we can do that to low to high, and we can go high to low. Nice and easy, just click onto those, right? At the top, we have volume XLM LSP. Now, this is a really interesting stat, because when I've smoothed those around, you can see XLM LSP is blitzing. Yeah, not just slightly better, it's blitzing XLM USDC, the native stable coin of the Stellar Network and the native coin of the Stellar Network. There's only one coin on the Stellar Network, and that is XLM. So this is the one that we use for gas. This is the one that is the main network coin. And we are doing more volume in XLM LSP by a lot, nearly double the amount of volume over the last 24 hours, which is pretty insane. And then we've got the APR. Now, I am taking the APR here to be permanently moving, right? So it's liquid, it's moving up and down. And this will be based on the volume that is being traded. If this volume that's being traded will drop to nothing, let's just give you an example. Here we go. So with some of these here, there has been a $2 TVL, no volume traded, no APR. Yeah, makes perfect sense. With this one here, there's been $1 traded, $1 TVL, 27 cents of volume in 24 hours, and it's given us some fees, hasn't it, based on the dollar. So those people that have got that have got a percentage, right? And that's how I think it's working. You can see here, $2, very, very little, very low APR. So the APR will be based on the trading volume and the fees associated with the trading volume. Remember, the fees are 0.3% of the traded volume. The traded volume here is 0, so that's going to be 0. But when we come up to here, let's just use 400,000 because it's nice and easier for me to work out. If it's 400,000, then it's going to be 0.3, it's going to be $1,200. Yeah, $1,200, is that right? 400,000, 40,000, 4,000, 400, 400 times 3, yes, it's going to be $1,200 shared out, the $1,200 shared out amongst all those people providing liquidity, of which there are lots of people providing liquidity into this pool. So it's not really going to be a lot of reward, but it gives you an idea here. That's what that percentage is based on the volume being traded. Yeah, the volume being traded in that pool. If there's no volume, there's not going to be a return of the fees because no one's trading, no fees. Yeah, very, very simple. I hope that made sense. I hope it kind of stuck in the 7 inches between your ears. Next one, we can have a look at the total pools. Yeah, so the analytics, total pools. And we can see there's been a dump day Tuesday, hasn't there? The whole market is red out there. I think Lumenswap has held up very admirably, over the mark of 10 cents, while some have dropped 20 and 25% today, some cryptos, which is horrendous. It's been a real bad dump day. But we have not seen a dump in the amount of total value locked on the Stellar Network. Yeah, we haven't seen it. We've seen a high of 6.72 million, which was yesterday, and that has come down to 6.55. Hardly noticeable, really, in terms of right, a change. Well, we can see here when we started off, we've gone from 1.88 million. The total value locked on the network is growing and growing. And of course, the volume, total volume of all pools here is up now to 660,000, and we can get that from having a look at the different amounts that are being traded down at the bottom here, right? So we can take these and we can go on to the different tabs. Currently at the moment 660,000 over the last 24 hours, and that's going to constantly be moving as well. So there's some analytics, right, that we can see right the way there. Now if I come down and we click onto that one, because we talked to you at the, or I talked to you at the start of the video about the importance of knowing about this 0.3%. We click onto this one. Now we're opening up a lot more. We're starting first of all to see what swaps are happening. So we can see swap from one to another. We can see people, I don't know why, it's probably bot action, but I don't know why someone would swap 0.15 XLM for half an LSP, why that would be done. But we can see here that account, yeah, it's just doing very small amounts, so I would suggest that that account is associated with bot trading, algorithmic trading. That was just off the top of my head when I'm looking at that and thinking, why would you start messing about in the pool trading like this? But of course, each one of these little trades does create these network fees. Every time there's a network fee associated with that, a little bit goes out to the liquidity providers. Yeah, so we say, okay, well, if you want to be trading in the pool like that, then a little bit's going to be kicking out. But these ones where it's 1.5, not really worth our time. But if we can go back, we can have a look at those transactions periodically, and we can see that there's going to be some that are going to be for a heck of a lot more, and they will be creating a lot more fees. And then we can see pool activities. So people have come in and like, these are all swaps. These are not people putting in any assets into the pool. They are just all swaps, the same as the swaps there. Yeah, these swaps have happened. It's not people that are entering liquidity positions. This pool is representing this data is representing the XLM and LSP pool, which at the moment has the greatest TVL of the two incentivized pools with Lumenswap. Both of those pools are being incentivized per month with 1,152,777 tokens. So if you've got a percentage of the pool, you will get a percentage of those rewards, as long as you have more than 1,000 on each side of your liquidity position, more than 1,000 LSP, which I've already said. We've got up here the price, and we can refresh that. We can swap it round so that we can see you've got 1 XLM equals 3.36 LSP, and we can go the other way. 1 LSP equals 0.297 XLM. We've got the amount of TVL, the TVL total value locked, the full amount of liquidity within that pool, and that is 1.62 million. We've got the chart of the pool since its inception, right? So we can see right back when Protocol 18 was voted on, and the pools went live on the 3rd of November, and then we can see 4th onwards. We can see that that's grown and grown and grown up to yesterday, and again we've seen today that the market has dumped and it's come down a little bit, but nothing. I mean, you know, it's come down what, 100,000, just over $100,000. Not really a significant dump in the amount of liquidity that's locked up there. Next one is the amount of fees that have been generated. Well, we can have a look at the volume, and then we can use the volume and say to ourselves, right, what is, like, you know, 0.3% of the volume traded, and then we can have a look at to see what the fees are. And that should be, if it's 24-hour volume, that should be 0.3% of that. And I think within, you know, a margin, that is about right. Yeah, I'm not got my maths head on, so I'm not going to try and do it on my calculator or anything. But you know, you can see here that you can check yourself. If it's 24-hour volume, the fees will be 0.3% of that pool. So the fees there, the 1.17K or $1,170 is shared out amongst all of the liquidity providers. It doesn't matter whether you've got 1,000 or not, you will have a small share of these fees being created. And that's how it works, because they are rewarding you for providing the market, making the market, providing both the buy and the sell asset. You are being rewarded with a little bit of these fees. Of course, we've covered impermanent loss in my videos before. I'm not going to go on to that. So we've got all of these different bits and pieces now. And if I go back to my pools, we will see that if my pools was higher, we click onto my pools here, and we would get 5%, 8%, 9%, whatever it might be. So say, right, we own 9% of this pool, or let's just say 10, because it's nice and easy. So we've got 10% of this XLM USDC pool. Okay, we have 10% of it. So we can go back to the pools, we can come onto this one, we can click here, and we can say, right, 10%, so we're going to get 10% of the fees generated, so 68 bucks, agreed? We're going to get 10% of that. So we can now work out, if we did this on a daily basis, laborious, but we could work out how many fees that we are earning for our position per day. But let's not forget that when we go to my pools and we come on here, this balance is going up and down. Up and down. At the moment, it's come down quite a lot since I entered these liquidity positions because the token prices have come down. But that could also go the opposite way. So it can come up and it can come down. So our percentage is going to come up and down. So when those fees are added, you might say, well, nothing's been added. But the fees have been added, yeah, but they're not noticeable because the tokens have rebalanced and have gone up and down in price. It's very, very difficult. Someone in our thread said this morning, how do I keep a track on it? And I said, the only things that are permanent, that are constant, yeah, the constants in this whole equation are the 1,152,777 tokens per pool that Lumenswap is providing its liquidity providers, over 1,000 tokens, yeah, that qualify. So that's a constant. And the other constant is the 0.3 network fees, 0.3% network fees. Everything else is fluctuating second by second, up, down, and everything else in between. So with that being said, it's very difficult for us to work out, well, this is the APR, this is the APY, this is the rewards I'm going to get. It's virtually impossible to do. All you can do is kind of just track your position, clicking on, sorry, beg your pardon, clicking on, so your position, how much of the pool do you own? And then you can say to yourself, well, if that's, you might make a tally, right, on the 16th, I have 8%, 17th, 7.7%. So then when the snapshot date is given, you can come back and go, right, I know I got within a margin 7.7% of the pool on that day. If you've got just a skinny little amount like this, you're not going to be able, it's not going to register. But as soon as you start putting a little bit more in fact, let's make a deposit. Let's see if we can't get this up so we can actually just get it to register. What should we put into? Let me have a look. I will go back to pools. Let's just do it live and let's just see. We'll XLM LSP. No, we'll go LSP USDC. So we'll go into this one. We want to swap some assets up. So we've got some XLM there and we want to go 500 will be fine. 500 of my stack there. So let's do 500 and let's put those, select those assets. Let's put those into LSP. Yeah, and then actually give us a price. Let's swap those assets. Let's confirm. Put password in. I think it's always good to show people, right? It's always good to show people how this is working. Wait for the network to pick that up and swap us into XLM. Oh, it's failed. Okay, so maybe we need to refresh this page. That is what I would always do first of all. I'm going to connect back. I'm going back into my freighter. I'm going to go back to this swap and I'm going to put in my 500. And we're going to go into LSP and then we're going to swap directly, confirm, wait for signature. And sometimes these glitches happen. you know, like even with these like live videos. So successful transaction, hurrah. Okay, so we've now got some LSP and we've got some XLM. I want to go into the pool with the USDC. So I'm going to swap another 500 of these. And we're going to go, sorry, beg your pardon, we're going to go 500 and then we're going to go USDC because that's what I want, LSP USDC pool. So 174 bucks, perfect. Let's swap them out. And then we're going to confirm transaction. It's going to send it to the network. We hope that this won't glitch and it'll go through again. Sometimes you just need a refresh. Yeah, that's done. You can see 3 to 5 seconds finality time on the network. Now I have both USDC and I have some LSP. And with those, I'm going to go into the pool so we can see if we can get a balance. So we're going to go new pool. And we're going to go with the assets we want to put in, which is LSP and USDC, yeah, pair them up, and then we're going to put in our 183 bucks, which is 17. So this would qualify, right? But we'll put it in. So it's saying I've not got sufficient balance, so let's just put 180. Insufficient LSP balance. Oh, okay. So we've only got 1716. So we can just put that in. If we just put 1700, it will just automatically fill for us. So 1700 LSP, knowing now that we've got more than 1,000 on each side. Okay, so we're going to create this position. We're happy, confirm. Waiting for the signature, come down, confirm signature, send it to the network, and that's done. And now it's appeared. So we don't need to view it on the Explorer. We've got 353 bucks worth. Yeah. So we're going to come onto here. And now we've got 0.03% of the pool. This is exactly what I wanted. So we've got 0.03. So now we can come across of this pool and we go to pools and we come to this one. So I'm going to be getting, not today because I've only just entered, but I'm going to be getting, if this is tomorrow, 0.03% of 549. To actually correct myself there, you're going to be getting it straight away because you've just put it in. But it's not going to be a full 24 hours back, you know, from when midnight clicked over. So this is showing the fees from the day. We're not going to get a chunk of the fees from the day, but we're going to get right from when we put our liquidity position in. $549, let's just use that as our example, 0.03% of that. So let's just use 550. We've got 550, 10% of it is going to be 55. Then there's going to be $5.5 and it's going to be 55 cents. 55 cents times 3. We are going to be getting on our $308, we are going to be getting around about $1.65. Give or take, $1.65. So $1.65, now the price might go up and down, up and down, up and down, and we put at 165 in there, we ain't going to notice it, are we? You know, because the price goes up and the price goes down. By the time that I refresh this, it might have even changed. Let's go connect wallet, freighter. I hope this is useful to you, by the way, because this is kind of like a walkthrough, talk through, me doing it as well. Some people find this useful. No, it's just stayed the same. But sometimes there's a fluctuation in the price, and that would actually change even with a refresh. But 0.03%. We're also going to get 0.03% of the 1,152,777 tokens at the end of the month. So you could then go, okay, what's the calculation of that? What am I going to look at in terms of reward? Because you know you've got 1.7 thousand LSP. If the snapshot hasn't already been done, it could have been done and we could miss out. You know, we don't know when that snapshot's going to happen. But now we've got this. So we've now got these 3 positions, 2 very, very small, and then this one that actually will qualify. So now I can use this, if the snapshot hasn't happened, I can use this as an example next month and show you where the rewards go. Because you'll get rewarded on that, and you'll say, look, these are the few little LSP that we've got, you know, as our reward, and that will come on our reward balance, and we can check that out, and that will be the next step. So then what we can start doing is we can start working out what percentage that was against what we put in. And then we know that what we're getting as a reward against what we put in, and see if there's any price appreciation or depreciation on the LSP asset. And we can start working out a little bit more of a strategy for how we should be behaving moving forward. So I hope it's been like a look at like the AMMs again. It's been a look at the analytics, kind of answering some questions. We talked about rewards. You know, we've done a lot of the stuff based around that. But essentially, there's the two things. You can just go off the pools, or you can go to my pools, and you can pull in all that juicy information, the fees. Did I show you? I don't think I did. If we go back to the one that we're in. Yeah, I didn't. So we can go, you see where this chart is? We can go to volume. This is the volume. So you can see it went up and then it went dumped down and now it's going back up again. And it's like quite high for volume over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically, it's going to be a week. Yeah, it's the highest volume it's been for a week. And we can also see fees. We can see again the highest fees that have been generated in that pool in a week, because this was historically not a heavy traded pairing, but now it's been incentivized. It's actually picking up and there's quite a lot of volume in that pairing. So that's just something for you to consider. And again, you can see here that we're getting very, very, very small trades from this one account, pointing us that this is a bot that is trading those backwards and forwards. Okay, that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed. Look forward to joining you in the next video, and be well, be safe, and have a lot of fun with Lumenswap.